Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Healthy 5 with Dr. Niyanti. If you are new to my channel, consider subscribing it, and also don't forget to press the notification bell icon so that you get notifications as soon as new videos are uploaded. Today's episode is the third episode on Panchakarma. I've spoken about what is Panchakarma in short and what is the Purva Karma or the pre-operative process of a Panchakarma. Now I'll give you a summarized idea about what these 5 karmas are. So Vaman, Virechan, Basti, Raktamokshan and Nasya are the 5 karmas. So the first Panchakarma is Vaman. Like I said, according to your Prakriti, we give oil or ghee to drink. It has been proven through tests that your cholesterol or your triglycerides do not increase if you take this Purva Karma. That means you consume oil or ghee. So once you've consumed oil or ghee according to your Prakriti for 3 days, 5 days or 7 days, you are given a little bit of fermentation so that your body becomes ready for the Panchakarma that you are going to take. In Vaman, like you know in yoga, we do Shat Kriya. In the same way, Panchakarma is done in Ayurveda. The only difference is that in yoga, the Shat Kriyas do not involve medicine. They involve warm water or salt, saline water and things like that, but generally water and no medicines. But Ayurveda uses medicines to do this Panchakarma. So which are these medicines? There are certain medicines which are emetic. They cause you to vomit. So out of that, the best is called as Madanfal. If you see mustard is an emetic by its nature. If you are prone or if you feel nauseous very often, you just smell a little bit of mustard and you will find that you are nauseous automatically. It is very strong emetic. So there are many such emetics, out of which generally we use something called as Madanfal. When you break this fruit, it is like a walnut inside. And then when you break those things, it comes like a small rice, as though it's black rice. So either we make a kadha out of it or we make a churna powder out of it and give it to you with honey on the 9th day or the 7th day or the 5th day, according to what pre-operative process you have done. Once you take this, I think 2 things happen in your body. Either your dopamine increases so that you feel nauseous, or your vomiting reflex gets stimulated by which you feel you're going to throw up. Now when you're going to throw up, there has to be a medium to bring these doshas out. You just can't, bend down and throw up because there's nothing to bring those doshas out. Secondly, the cardiac sphincter or you can say the sphincter or a valve which keeps the stomach closed has to be open. If it is not open, how can the contents of the stomach come out? So we give you either warm water, salt water, or kadhas that are made out of medicines like cheshtimad or vacha. So these kadhas we give you to drink. How much? Right up till here. It's called as akanthapan. So you can imagine if your whole esophagus is full of water, how will the cardiac sphincter or the door to your stomach close? It will remain open. So this whole pipe is full of this kadha or water or milk and water or pure milk or whatever, depending on the prakriti of the patient. Then when the patient just falls forward, all that water or that kadha comes out, and it comes out along with the doshas. Then we ask the patient to drink some more and then bring it out and drink some more. So you can realize that this whole process goes on for at least 1 hour, in which the patient is told by the doctor not to get scared, keep your vitality and vigor proper, and do it because you're doing it for your skin or you're doing it for your asthma or whatever. So we keep the patient motivated all throughout this Vaman. But again, there are many restrictions. If you are a long-standing asthmatic, you can't have Vaman. If you have cough, if you have some problems with your vocal cords, you cannot be given Vaman. Along with that, if you're taking medicines for blood thinning, you cannot be given Vaman. If you have heart problems, there are many other things that you cannot be given Vaman. But let your Vaidya decide who is to be given and who is not to be given. So this is like controlled emesis. Then we give medicines so that you have loose motions. That is called as Virechan. Now these medicines include some soft virechans, some gentle medicines, and some really strong medicines. So if you see the books, the textbooks, it's like even 30 times you pass motions, it's advisable. But in today's world, people are not so strong as they used to be before. So the maximum amount of motions you can have is like we decide about 10, not more than 10. So if I'm going to give a patient a strong Virechan medicine, then I see to it that I do the Virechan in my clinic in front of me. If I'm giving the patient a gentle Virechan medicine, then I give them the dose to be taken at home. It's okay that they can take it at home because it's not going to cause any problems. Then there are the two types of bastis. Bastis are medicines that are given like an enema, but they are like oil enemas, they are kadha enemas. And you can imagine that if your torch test, that is your cervical torch test, your uterine torch test is positive, by giving medicines per annum, that means through your anus, you can get your torch test negative. Just imagine how strong these medicines must be. I've never dwelt about how these work, but these do work, and I've taken the experience, given so many people these bastis by which their torch tests became negative also. So you must have realized that when I'm talking about enemas per annum, there are also bastis that are given intrauterine. There are also bastis that are given in the urinary tract. But these bastis are given in a hospital with a proper OT facility, because a patient can go into shock and you have to have a proper apparatus in order to resuscitate the patient. So these specialized bastis are done under more proper care and the proper Ayurvedic hospitals. Then comes the karma that is called as nasya. Nasya is putting oils, ghee or powder into your nose. Again, like I said, the pre-operative process is application of oil externally. So you have to apply oil here and here onto your shoulders, right till your half your back. And then you're given fomentation in order to loosen up these parts. And then the oil or the ghee or the powder is put into the nose. Now the powder nasyas are the strongest nasyas. So only those people who are mentally strong and physically strong are given powder nasyas. When there's too much of cough and your nose is like full of cough, we give these powder nasyas. But they are under very proper supervision of the Vaidya. And after the karma also, Paschat karma of application of oil and given fomentation is done after a nasya. So the nasya is used for all the diseases that are above your neck. So many a times we cannot hear well or our eyesight is impaired. We do nasya for even those things and we get really good results. Even many a times if you are having seizures, then also we do nasya and it does help out. So it also helps in dementia and Alzheimer's. So this is the nasya treatment. And the fifth karma is Rakta Moksha, in which we apply leeches or syringing and we take out the blood like you do the blood donation. In Rakta Mokshan, you can do Snehan or the pre-operative internally or externally depending on the diseases. So liver disorders, splenic disorders, skin disorders all require you to do Rakta Mokshan. Now if you see the older texts, in Charak, Rakta Mokshan does not have so much pride of place. Whereas in the Sushrut, Rakta Mokshan is very fairly and explained in details. When I thought about this, that why did Rakta Mokshan fall back, or why did Charak not give it so much importance? I think that there are many diseases that can be transmitted through your blood. Like we now know that hepatitis B or HIV can be transmitted through blood donation. So if a leech has bitten a person who has HIV or had hepatitis B, and the leech is not properly cleaned, and then the leech bites someone who doesn't have HIV or doesn't have hepatitis B, they could contract it. So I think that fell behind due to these reasons. In the olden times also, maybe there were diseases, not these, but maybe there were other diseases. So generally, the Panchakarma that we speak about is Vaman, Virechan, two types of bastis, Kadha basti, oil basti and Nasya. These are the safest Panchakarmas, but still all Panchakarmas are still not to be done on your own always do them under the observation and under the advice of a proper trained Ayurvedic doctor. So after these panchakarmas, the karma that you do is paschat karma. Now you know that after so much of vomiting or after so much of diarrhea, then you're going to be weak. So try to take a day off of work, take rest, and very light food. Just rice congee or moog kanji is advised, and then slowly you are brought onto your regular food, so that your digestion that has weakened gets nicely properly. You start feeling hungry, and then you eat the right kind of food, which will not again trigger those doshas which you have already removed from your body. So this was a complete idea about panchakarma in 3 parts. Do tell if you've liked this video, do comment. Also, if you have any suggestions about any videos that you want to be made, leave them in the comment box. I do read your comments, and I will see to it that I will make those videos. Don't forget to tell me to subscribe my channel, and also press the notification bell icon. Thank you.